Hey friends, and welcome to Roaming Taste Videos. Today we are making Louise Slice. This beloved Kiwi classic, aka a New Zealand one, has an egg yolk shortbread base, an incredible raspberry filling, and a coconut meringue topping that is like lightly toasted and is honestly one of my most favorite things to make in the world. I would love to know if you give this a go, so add a comment below, tag me on Instagram at Roaming Taste, and subscribe for more videos like this. You'll want to preheat your oven to 160 degrees Celsius or 320 degrees Fahrenheit and line a square baking tin with greaseproof paper. We want to place that room temperature butter and sugar into a bowl, and we'll want to, ideally we have a stand or a hand mixer here, we'll want to beat that butter and sugar until it is pale and fluffy, so approximately 3 minutes on a medium setting. What you'll notice is that our cubes of room temperature butter go from cubes to smaller cubes, but now with sugar stuck to them, and then the mixture turns to one where it sticks to the bowl in itself more, and that is where the sugar is beginning to dissolve and the butter is really becoming one with that sugar, and it will turn a more paler color. Now we add in one of our 2 egg yolks. We want to beat them into our butter one at a time because of the fat content. We want to introduce them slowly so that this is a nice smooth mixture. We want to mix them for approximately 1 minute in each, and we'll expect the color of our butter to turn a much more golden color as you see it doing so here. The history of the Louise Slice is not completely known. We do know that there are some Louise cakes in the United Kingdom, but Louise Slice, as you will see it here, is a complete New Zealand dish. It is not often found in 2022 because it is much more of an older recipe, but those of us who love it know how good it is. Now we want to add in our flour and our baking powder to that egg butter mixture, and we want to beat it until there's really no dry parts left in the bowl. And what you'll notice is that the mixture will look incredibly crumbly, but the more that we mix it and we just remove any dry bits out the edges of the bowl there, it will crumble up more and more. So it will go from looking incredibly dry and crumbly and like the flour isn't soaking in, to looking like this. We want it to look like that, friends. Do not fret. We will pack this down nice and tightly, and it will be a nice uniform base for our slice. Before we really begin packing it down, what you'll notice I'm doing is that I'm kind of making sure it's nice and even with my offset spatula. The offset spatula really works a charm here. It puts in a lot of work in this recipe. And what we want to do is, before we pack it down, we want to pack it really nicely and firmly into that tin. And so making sure it's nice and even before we start really firmly packing it down is key here. So just take your time, do not rush this, put a TV show on that you enjoy and just get to work on this nice and slowly, or some music that you enjoy to distract you if this seems like it's probably take about 5 minutes. Also, you will notice in the shortbread base when you're eating it that it is much richer and has more depth and flavour, and that's thanks to those egg yolks. Shortbread base don't usually have egg yolks. The richness and the depth of flavour, it cannot be achieved with just butter alone. Now we add in I think the absolute key component of our Louise Slice. Some people prefer to use plum conserve, and you can absolutely use that. Plum jam. Raspberry jam is it's my jam, so I freaking love raspberry jam. And again, we need our offset spatula. This one really is just working for its money here, and we want to make sure that we spread it out nice and smoothly, and that we don't pull up any unpacked crumbs from our base, but if we've packed it really well, they won't come up. So we just want to make sure we work again kind of slow and get that raspberry jam as even as possible. Sometimes I find that my offset spatula hits those little clips that are holding down the greaseproof paper, so just work as evenly as you can, friends. Once again, be methodical, don't rush it, and you'll get there. Ugh, I love raspberry jam. Now, the longest portion of our entire process comes in the form of whipping our egg whites. We want to place them in a clean and dry bowl. They must be room temperature, and we'll want to, ideally, we definitely have a hand or a stand mixer, friends, and we want to beat them on medium until soft peaks form. So when we are pulling our whisk away, the peak or the meringue is like, it forms a kind of like loop as we're pulling it away. It doesn't just sit as we leave it. And then we want to add in approximately a tablespoon of sugar and beat until well combined. So I say around about 45 seconds. So this is sped up from 11 minutes of beating and incorporating that sugar until our meringue is starting to look glossy and it is stiff when we pull that whisk away. I'm going to let you enjoy this with a little bit of music just for a little bit of relaxation today. And it is stiff. Next we add in our coconut. There must have been a technical glitch, we did not add it in the video, but we want to make sure as we now incorporate that coconut into our meringue that we don't lose all of the volume that we've created. So we want to just fold it into the egg whites. So just be slow. This again is sped up. This is not as fast as I worked. When we're adding in dry ingredients into meringue, usually pockets of dry will still kind of appear. So I usually try to push my dry ingredient into the meringue and then work it through and fold it. Also, when we add our meringue to our base, or basically anything that we don't want to pick up the bottom portion of our dish, we want to place it in the middle and then work our way outwards. So what we're doing is we're pushing our top portion and we're not affecting our bottom portion. This helps give us a nice clear divide. I also shaped tiny little peaks into my meringue, which is not traditional. Usually it's just nice and smooth, but you do you. This will still completely bake. I love how this looks because our meringue is lightly toasted in the baking process. We want to place it in the oven and bake it for 30 minutes until lightly golden on top. It will be this like nice pale toasty color, and then we want to let it cool and slice and enjoy, friends. I really hope you give this a go. Leave a comment below and subscribe for more videos like this.